Hello everybody, it is Michael, or Casey, or whatever you want to call me, I don't know, life's crazy. Anyway, so The Good Place final season has started, and I'm a little bit late on this video, but I have a good reason for that. My laptop died. Not like battery, silly, like it just got stuck on a reboot loop, and I sort of got lucky and somehow got out of it the other day. So, I was able to go on Hulu and watch the episode, and there's Good Place characters on the laptop, so that's kind of why I had this up. Anyway, so we're in the final season of The Good Place. Which means, as of this video, I've done videos on over half of the episodes. Because I've done all of it except for season 1. So that's fun, that's exciting, let's get right down to things. So, at the very beginning of the episode, when like Michael was going over and talking about everyone's strong suits, and he's like, yes, this is how this person has grown, it's like, ah yes, we are in the final season, huh? You're showing us all how we've all grown before everything goes insane. Yeah, and then it also kind of inversed showing Michael's growth by telling everybody how awesome they were, by showing Sean telling all the demons how terrible and awful they are, which I thought was kind of a nice, like, little parallel. I'm glad that Simone was just like, I'm in a coma and none of this stuff is real, I'm going to wake up, because that sort of, like, will deconfirm that theory. I doubt that that's a theory at this point in the show, but for anybody who's like, maybe that's a thing that will happen. Nah fam, the lighting outside just got really bad, so everything's kind of a little less lit up. But anyway, I'm glad that they kind of got that theory out of the way. It's like, okay, we're doing this right now. We're making fun of it. We're doing it as a joke. Sort of like how earlier in the series, Jason was like, it was all a dream. It's like, okay, cool, we're getting that out of the way because those two things are not going to happen. Right? They're not going to happen. Okay. I'm glad we're in agreement. Maybe I misheard it earlier, but does Derek have a new sound? To me, it sounded like he had a new sound, but I could just be forgetting the sound he played throughout the previous seasons. But I'm pretty sure it had a new sound. Maybe I'm just going insane. Speaking of going insane, Linda went insane! It just reminded me of that, like, post that was, aren't you tired of being nice? Don't you ever just want to go ape? Because, yeah, I was like, yep, that's Linda right now. Maybe that's her fantasy, and that it wasn't, like, that out of character, and she's just like, okay, now... Because, like, if you recall earlier in my videos, I was just like, oh yeah, the actual Good Place is just going to be people going insane and breaking free from all of, like, their own social, like, limitations that they put up with for so long. So I was like, oh yes, Linda is doing that. And then, like, a few minutes later, they were like, actually, Linda's a demon. Which, I'm interested in why they showed us that this early, because they could have, like, foreshadowed it for, like, 2 or 3 episodes, but then again, I'm like, oh wait... First of all, that's always been what The Good Place does. It's like, hey, here's the thing. It's too early, but also, we just don't have time to fill it out because we have to go crazy insane and break all status quos, like, next week. So we gotta do this thing now. So it's like, oh, that's the thing for this episode. Next week, and the entire experiment's probably gonna get destroyed next week, honestly. So, hooray, that's... fun knowing that it's like final season, let's just put this small little, this character's a demon in episode 1 and then we can like just go off the rails and status quo who? What's the status quo? I don't know what that is. So we're just going to completely ignore that. And then my big complaint about the episode was just like Derek and Jason's like feud about being like, Janet's my girlfriend. No, Janet's my girlfriend. Even though like, another thing that kind of annoyed me was when Jason was talking to Derek, he was like, oh yeah, Janet's my girlfriend, but then later on when he was talking to Janet themselves, he was like, oh yeah, you're mine, not a girlfriend, and it's like, okay, be consistent, buddy, call Janet not a girlfriend to Derek, but then, like, I don't know, it was just something that annoyed me, because it's like, okay, we're still doing that. And we're still referring to Janet incorrectly 4 seasons in, despite all the characters knowing this since season 1. I know they keep on getting rebooted and forgetting, but then Janet always reminds them, so who knows? Anyway, let's talk about Brent, who's complaining about needing to learn new terms for everybody, which honestly was kind of funny. Funny, like, in the way of all the characters' reactions to him, not him. He reminds me of someone from my school, so, like, anyway, so, I am wondering, is the Captain Marvel reference, was that a foreshadowing event for the old lady just punching someone and going insane like they did in Captain Marvel itself? Like, was that a reference to that and foreshadowing, or was that just a coincidence because of all the Captain Marvel outrage? And also they mentioned Thor earlier in the episode, so I just kind of found it funny. And then they mentioned Robert Downey Jr., so they mentioned like 3 of the big Avengers guys, like in one episode, so yeah. Pop culture, hooray! So, crack theory time, all of the characters, all of like the humans are demons. I do think that one of the characters being a demon is still in play and that they will get better. Maybe, I think that would have been interesting if that's the route they went through with Linda, so maybe they're doing that with another character who's actually better at keeping their secret. Like, I could see Brent being a demon. Maybe their plan was Linda blows their cover so early on, solely so the one who's actually a demon can stay hidden for longer. I think that is an option that they could go with here. And then also, I've been told, I haven't actually watched the episode again since this, because I just told this like a minute ago, right before I put on my camera. I think that the like Michael human suit is like now in the good place because they like did a little switcheroo at the ending. I'm gonna have to rewatch it, but that's just what I've been told. So if that's the case, maybe that's the character that gets redeemed by seeing everybody be nicer. I still think that a character redemption throughout this last season will happen. I don't know who it will be with, but I still think that another demon will be like, oh wait, actually this is kind of a good idea. Maybe this is kind of good, better idea than torturing us in the bad place. And then it's like, Michael's on a fluke, people can get better, which is kind of what this entire experiment is about. So I still think that that's a thing. And yeah, that's fun. This episode was a good episode. And then the ending, okay, so before I get into the ending, when the train came by, there was a little flag, and it was like, welcome, just like in The Good Place, and I was like, I kind of want that flag. So, Universal, hit me up with one of those flags. I would like that flag to fly in my room, to fly outside of my house, just to have in my room. Maybe like a little potted cactus plant and having a little flag in there. It says welcome on it, like, come on, please let me give you money. Please, like, give us more merch ideas. Give us more merch. Please, especially now this is the final season, you're gonna have to make money on this franchise somehow. Anyway, and then we have the ending, where they all walk away and you just see a big to be continued. And not only is it a big to be continued, but it's like in the actual episode and moving around like within the world of the show. Which I love. I love it when text does that. I just think it's super fascinating when it like moves around. It's like, this is so interesting to watch. It's not even like that weird a concept. It's just like, yeah, that's cool. So, yeah. It's intense. It's the final season. I've started the final season. That's just insane. I've been watching this show since it started, and now we're like getting towards the end. So it's kind of an emotional time. Anyway, I'm super excited, everybody. I'm so excited. And I'm super excited to hopefully watch the episodes on Fridays when Hulu gets them up that morning instead of a week later because my laptop decides it wants to go into a boot loop. So, yeah, that was just me complaining at my laptop, who fixed itself, so I shouldn't be complaining because it's redeemed. It's redeemed like Michael and other mysterious character later on in the show, according to my theory. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like that. So, don't booyah! Ha! I gotcha good. That was my intent the whole time. Anyway, you can subscribe if you want to, or comment if you want to, your own theories, but only if you guys want to, because I don't want to force you guys to do anything. Bye! Hopefully these will be earlier up. This is an outlier, and only because it's of outside consequences that were unforeseen by me. Because I had it all planned out. I was like, okay, I'm going to watch this episode Friday morning when I woke up early. I woke up early to watch this episode on time before school and classes and everything else went insane. But then my laptop just decided not to cooperate. So unless that happens again, we're getting these videos on Friday. So, thank you guys for watching so much. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe or something like that. That's cool. Anyway, booyah! 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 Oh! Like in Splatoon. Booyah! 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 Redemption! Redemption.